Good
Hey, good
morning.
morning.
So, just
How are
as
you?
this, I'm good. Just as I wasn't sure how this was going to work. Okay, folks, we're using a new platform, not StreamYard. So, if something happens today and we both go poof, you'll know. But I was like waiting for something to happen. And I'm like, when does this start? When does our trailer start? And all of a sudden it started, almost deafened me.
Yeah,
It
well, I
was
mean,
good.
I do a little differently. Anyways, I had started that on StreamYard as well,
Mm-hmm.
where I'll put a little clip of dead air at the beginning,
Mm,
just to make sure that everything is in place, and then I can
yeah,
start the intro, and it just smoother that way. But good morning, everyone. It is a very sad morning indeed today.
it
Uh, we
is.
We learned last night of the passing of a piler of this community. Dave Murphy passed away last night, so we want to send our most sincere condolences to his friends and family. He will be so dearly missed. He was, like I said, such an icon in this community.
Yes, he was. Like any event that anybody had, he'd always find time to pop by. And I don't know, like we kind of knew it was going to happen, but it's still such a huge shock. I wasn't on Facebook yesterday, so I really didn't know when I opened Facebook this morning, though. It was all the messages of flooding in. It was such a shock. I thought about him all the time, Julia, like how he could be dealing with this, always with a smile on his face.
I
And
know.
I secretly hoped that he was going to be one of those miracles that walks out of hospice.
Hmm.
But because I mean, it's happened, very, very rare. And I thought, if anyone's going to be that guy, it's going to be Dave. But sadly, it wasn't to be.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of reminiscent of when oh God, John Earl passed
I
away, huh?
thought of him as
Yeah.
well this morning. Like again, like it was a shock. That was a shock. I mean, that was a complete shock.
Yeah,
Totally
that was not
unexpected.
expected at all, and yeah, it's
But you know what? Regardless of if you're expecting it and know it's coming, it's so hard. I'm just my thoughts are going out to his daughter Julia. Like it's I mean
I know.
that was her sidekick and he was her side. Like they were each other's sidekick. They were always together.
Yeah.
But it, even like when my dad passed, we knew it was coming, but when it actually happened, it's just you can't explain it.
Yeah, it's a gloomy day in Cornwall, and
It is.
it's fitting.
It is.
It is fitting. Anyways, so what do we have on the show today? We're going to be talking about a few different things. I have posted if you're watching on YouTube, I've posted a poll and I'm going to be asking that question on here. First of all, if you're watching and you can comment, let us know, please. Just comment so we can know that you're getting the messages and you're seeing the live stream. I'm seeing the stream on YouTube, so I'm sure it's going there, but I'm
Hmm.
also simultaneously broadcasting on Twitter and our Facebook page and our Facebook group. So please let us know that you're seeing the chats. And so I put a poll. We're going to be talking about mask mandates. Of course, last week the news was saturated with some stuff about the children's hospital
Yeah.
and how they're operating at over capacity, how all the ICUs are intensive care units are flooded with kids with respiratory viruses, not necessarily COVID, but
Yeah.
there's this RSV, there's the flu going on, and there's, of course, COVID. And that's kind of like the perfect storm. Like all these viruses are resurging now that we're not masking anymore, now that everybody's back to school, every like activities are pretty much back to completely normal, which is
Yep.
great. Um, but we're seeing the resurgent, and they're calling it the tridemic. So today we're supposed to hear an announcement by the government uh, recommending strongly to wear a mask indoors in public, but they will not be making a mask mandate per se. So, my question to you this morning is, do you feel that people will follow the recommendations, or do you think that we need a mandate? So that's the questions today. I'll be typing it in the comment. It is in the YouTube. There's a poll on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, go and vote. We're curious to see what you think. What about you, Marlies? What do you think?
Well, I mean, I've been wearing mine all along. I haven't really stopped. I mean, if I go to a place where I'm kind of the only person in the store, well, then obviously I'm not going to. But most of the time, first thing I do, grab my mask at the in the car and put it on. I've just been naturally doing it. I've been sanitizing my hands. I just got into such a habit that I do it naturally now. But myself, I've noticed that I'm seeing more people masking up.
Do you?
I know, yeah, I know you said you hadn't, but shopping at Independent, Farm Boy, the stores I've gone to, I'm noticing Dollar Tree, everybody behind the cash has their masks on. Like I just seem to think that more and more people are starting to wear them again, which makes sense. Like the weather's getting colder, people are going inside, restaurants and everything, obviously. It's all going to come back. In fact, we had a Christmas party that just got canceled from December because there's an outbreak in
Oh.
a residence, so
Hmm.
they canceled the party till January.
Hmm.
So
See,
it
I don't see the same. Like, didn't I didn't notice people wearing more masks. Like, there's the odd person that is wearing it once in a while here and there, but like, for example, I was at the Benson Center on Saturday because my kid plays soccer,
Mhm,
and I was the only person wearing a mask in all um the bleachers there. I was the only
mhm.
person, and of course, like, the kids are not wearing masks, and that's
No.
fine. They're playing soccer, they shouldn't. But
Yeah.
and then, Benson Center is so big and so aired out. Like, it's
Mhm.
not really like, I wouldn't be very worried if I was there, but there are situations where, like, where we were last week, when
I
you
was
go
just
to a
gonna
big
say,
event and there's full
yep.
of people and it's a little more crowded. Those are the times where, and we were not wearing masks
No, we
either.
weren't. We had good intentions. We went in with our masks, and then there was maybe what, a handful of people in there with masks, and we just didn't think, took them off to
Well,
have
we were
a
drinking as well, so it's
we're
kinda hard to
drinking
drink
and
when you have a
eating.
mask, but,
I know, but we just didn't
which
think
brings
about
me,
it.
I had the discussion with my kids, and I'm telling them, "Well, you should really consider wearing a mask at school, protect yourself and protect others," and, um there's a lot of hospitalizations in kids right now. You might wanna, blah, 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 and there's a shortage of medication on top of that, like, that doesn't
Yeah,
help either.
kids' Tylenol and everything is in shortage.
Right. So I'm telling them, well, you might be wanting to consider, and of course they're like, no way, I'm going to be the only person wearing a mask, so I'm not doing it. So
Yeah.
kids are not going to be wearing masks if they're not forced to, and anyway, it is
Well,
what it
I mean,
is,
of
how
all
it
people,
goes.
I think kids should be wearing masks,
In
obviously,
schools it
because,
should, like, yeah,
there's
I
a
mean,
lot of people around them, but
the
you're right.
mandate is in hospitals, and as it should be.
Yeah,
And I personally think that the mandate should be in schools as well. Like,
I think
this
so.
is affecting the kids, so why not, don't reinstate a mask mandate everywhere where everybody has to mask up, but protect the kids, and reinstate a mask mandate in school where at least, that's the people who need to be protected right now. That's the
At this
demographic that
Yeah.
is being impacted mostly, so.
So what age group is the kids that are in the
Um
hospitals right now, do you know?
I'm pretty sure it's anywhere under 18, like it's 0
Yeah,
to mostly younger kids for the RSV, as far as my understanding is
yeah,
that it affects younger kids. And then of course, like the it's so dire, the situation is so dire that they're actually they're turning away teenagers and sending them to adult hospitals,
right.
because it's too crowded. Like one of the hospitals, I can't remember which one, I think it's St. Michael's maybe.
Hmm.
Anyways, one of the hospitals operating at like 141% for like
Wow,
several days. It's just and then, I think Chio is the one who opened a second ICU. Like
wow.
they had to open a second ICU to kind of
Accommodate all these
accommodate,
kids.
and yeah, so it's
And it's scary because it's kind of just the start, the beginning
yeah.
of,
I
the
mean,
flu
we're in
season
November. Like
and everything. I know.
this is nothing. Like this is
It's scary.
anyway. Yeah.
And that's the other thing for me right now. The kids want me to go for a visit to Calgary, and
Mhm.
I'm like, I went last December, but there was a mask mandate, so I felt quite safe. Everybody in the airport's got their masks on. On the plane, everybody's got their masks on. But now, I know my sister went a few months ago. She said she was basically the only person on the plane with a mask on.
Yeah.
So that's kind of terrifying me. And I'm like, do I? Don't I? I don't know what to do right now. So my question is, if anybody, how many people are considering flying over the holidays? Like, are you going to feel safe, do you think? Because I'm like really torn. I want to go, but I'm nervous
Okay,
just
but
being around all those people.
if you wear your mask, you should be okay, no?
Oh, well, I'm planning on wearing my mask. So I'm
Oh,
assuming I'll be okay.
yeah.
And I have like a true N95.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, I will be definitely wearing that, but I don't know. I'm still debating on it. Because
I'm gonna
who
test the comments. I just want to make sure that they are working. Is this? Yeah, there we go. It's working.
it's working.
Okay,
I
I
see your
just wanted
comment.
to make sure. Yeah. Um. Yeah. No. It's a personal, personal decision for sure, and
Yeah, it
um,
is.
you could always drive.
Drive. No, I'm not driving. 5 days of 10 hours of driving by myself. No, not
It's
going to
that
happen.
far.
Yeah, my daughter, I mean, she's done it quite a few times. She says she can do it with her eyes closed now. Yeah, she was driving 9, 10 hour days, and
I
then she
thought
would
it was
stop
like
at night.
the same as going to Texas.
I
Is it
don't
not?
know. She had a lot of driving, a lot of driving. She stopped too. I mean, she had 2 kids in the car with her, so she did
Oh
do
yeah.
stops. I mean, she's
Yeah.
not gonna drive straight through. But I know when, her and Zach drove here that one time, they drove all the way through. They started at 6:30 on a Friday evening, and
Mhm.
they got here at 8:45 Sunday morning, and they just
Mhm.
drove straight through. One slept, one drove. Like,
Yeah,
they
it's further than Texas. It's 3,427 kilometers.
and what's Texas?
Uh San Antonio is hold on, I'm finding out. I think
Oh, it's a long drive.
it's one. Why are you giving this to me in miles? Okay, I need kilometers. Um, I can't. I can't tell. Actually, I'll give you in hours, okay? Because
Okay,
it's
give me
giving
an
me
hour.
it's giving me miles for San Antonio for some reason. It's 36 hours to go to Calgary, and it's 29 hours to go to San Antonio.
Well, it's almost the same.
Yeah, it was half a day more,
Yeah.
which
But
is
like I
still
say,
considerable.
and she was driving, she did it by herself the time she went back.
Yeah.
She drove with 2 kids. Actually, 2, is it 2 kids? I can't remember. But yeah, I mean, you can't just drive. You have to stop and rest.
Hmm.
And she said there's a lot of road. It's just plain road. There's nothing. So it's very, very very long.
Yeah, it would be very like flat, eh?
Yeah.
We're watching this show, Yellowstone. It just started, like the new season came out
Oh,
yesterday,
yeah.
so we're starting, we're watching that season, and it takes place in Montana, which borders um Alberta
Okay.
and Saskatchewan, I believe, and like the terrain is so
Yeah.
flat, like it's really flat.
Yeah, that's what she says. Because she would send me pictures, of where she was going there, and I was like, just nothing, just
Yeah.
nothing. So that's an awful long drive.
Yeah, I would
But
assume that like Saskatchewan is pretty nothing,
yeah,
a whole bunch of
yeah,
nothing. Yeah.
yeah. And then they went through the mountains at one point too. In the winter, they did that. My daughter said last winter when they came, she said they'll never do that route ever, ever, ever again. She said, she said, Mom, I'm not usually scared, but I was terrified. She
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was blizzards, it was whiteouts, and they wanted to go through the mountains for the scenic route. She says
Oh
never
yeah.
ever
It
again,
was too much, yeah.
not in the winter. She said her knuckles were white all the way.
Oh wow.
But yeah, I don't know if I want to drive it. 4.5 hours plane ride seems a lot better to me.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
like,
lot faster for sure.
yeah, it's too much. Because then you
But
get there,
when you have kids, it's kind of like it's like us, we always drove to Texas because like it's hard to justify that kind of money.
yeah,
Like now that the gas is higher, it's more kind of a little more balanced, but
yeah,
when you were looking at back then, like at $600 return in
hmm,
gas as
yeah,
opposed to like $3,000 with, you know, all of us. So it's hard to justify that kind of
yeah.
money.
But I mean, then you made it into kind of a little vacation too. I think.
Like,
I mean, you
yeah, we
stopped.
always like it. We went all over
Yeah,
the place and stopped in
yeah,
Six Flags and stuff. But
yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, that's the way to do it, really, not just drive straight through.
Right. So hey folks, we started this new podcast on Thursday nights. Every second and fourth Thursday of the month, we have this new podcast called Community Action Talks, where we're trying to get the conversation going about different topics in the community that are important to the community,
Mhm.
and also maybe set the community up for survival if need be at some point. Like we need to stick together. Like things are getting really rough out there.
Hey, hey,
Inflation is
this is a positive show. No, I'm
oh,
just kidding. That's what.
this is very positive. Like
Yeah,
it's
somebody mentioned that too. But you guys are so positive. Why are you talking about stuff like that? Well, that we're turning
it's a
it into a
positive.
positive twist because we're working with the community.
Well, it's a positive thing to take action and
Yeah,
take matters into your own hands and try to,
yeah,
find solutions. Like we
yeah.
discussed. Oh my
We
God,
just
I'm so sorry. I'm yawning away today. Like
the
I'm always
first Well, don't start because you'll get me going. I'm tired too. Anyway, the first show was about our crumbling healthcare, and it was a very good show. Louise Mino is on with us, and she has so much information. Like Louise is awesome to find all the facts, and you
yeah,
had a lot of good facts about resources that instead of running to the hospital and clogging that up, like there's other resources that we can use too. So even though we have
yeah,
a lack of doctors right now, which is scary. But
yeah.
yeah,
Well, family doctors, yes, but I mean, like the hospital was fully staffed when I went. I
mhm,
had to go to the hospital a few weeks ago, and
yeah,
I was impressed how well staffed and like they were pumping pumping the clients in and out. It was
yeah.
pretty efficient, but
Yeah, it's our family doctors that we're kind of losing. A lot of them are retiring, and rightly so. Like
well,
they
yeah,
get because they
but
get to a
but
certain age.
but that's it. A lot of people are not aware that they can see a doctor via their
Online.
phone or online via
Yep.
a website and camera, and those doctors can do practically everything that an in-person doctor can do. Like they
Hmm.
can prescribe medication, they can order imaging
Tests. Yeah.
tests, they can my daughter was having a little bit of anxiety, so we saw a doctor. They had the blood tests done, they had an ECG done, they
Hmm.
had an Holter monitor on her for 24 hours to make sure that everything was okay. So
Okay.
they can do a lot, you know
Yes.
they can do
Yeah.
a lot. And the good thing with that is that you don't have to go wait at the clinic in the cold for 6 hours,
Or at the hospital for
or at
12.
the hospital and clog the emergency room
Yeah.
and take away a spot from somebody that you know would need it. Or like, if your case is not that urgent, you're just going to end up waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting
Exactly.
before you're being seen. So it's a good alternative.
Yeah, because we were discussing too, like you have a rash or you have something like that, you just take a picture or you can show it on the screen. Like
Yeah.
it's easy that way too.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there was some good resources that came up and everything. So this next show on the 24th, we're going to discuss another issue in
Housing.
our community, which is housing and homelessness. Yeah, there's shortage of housing and lots of questions. Like if you are in dire need, where do you go? Like we'll hopefully be able to answer all those questions.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get some good resources going about that too, but we need your collaboration. We need you guys to send us your questions. Actually, if you've been dealing with if you've been having a hard time finding housing in the city, we'd like to hear from you. If you've had issues with renovictions, we'd like to hear from you. And anybody who has any question, really, just send us your questions at info@theseeker.ca, and then we can ask. We're going to have some people from the city. We're going to be asking questions to those two ladies. And then on the show, please come and participate. But if you're one of the people who have questions and we bring you in, then you can come and tell your story, and we can all brainstorm to try to find alternative ways to change things. Like that's the thing we need as a community. We need to lobby. We need to, like, for example, I can't remember who was talking about that, but they were saying that they should change the bylaws to allow for house owners to build a tiny home in their backyard.
Hmm.
That
If
could
they have
help
a huge,
someone.
yeah, if they have a huge yard, of course.
Yeah,
But again,
that
there's so
could
many.
provide some housing for people, and it could be you know could be a subvention from the city from doing so. Oh my god, I gotta I
Mm-mm,
gotta
don't do
stop.
it. Don't do it. You'll set me off.
It's contagious. I'm just like,
Don't set me off.
gosh.
Yeah, talking about tiny homes, I'm so excited with ours. We're at the point I might post a sneak preview because I haven't been putting anything on Facebook. Sheldon wants to make another video. We have all our windows in, all of them. Yesterday we had help. We had a few guys because we had the big back window. It wasn't
Hmm.
something he could do himself. So all our windows are in. It's closed in. He's done the framing inside, and I can actually now start picturing where things are going to go and how small it is.
Yeah.
That's the scary part, how small it is. Oh, there we go. Julia's got a picture. So when I say tiny home, a lot of people think it's one of those houses on the trail on a trailer on wheels, but
Yeah.
it's actually a home, a house the size of a one-bedroom apartment. So it is tiny. My cousin in England described it as a Goldilocks house. I thought it was so cute. But yeah,
But
all the
it,
windows.
it looks it looks bigger
It's
from the picture.
680 square feet. So it is actually the size of a one-bedroom apartment. But Sheldon designed it, like it's designed really well. There's a lot of room and there's 18-foot cathedral ceilings in it. It's all open, so it'll give the feeling that it's a lot bigger than it is. And I
Maybe
am,
it's the roof that makes it look like it's so big
it is, it's a very steep
because it's
roof.
so high.
It's a very steep
Yeah,
roof. Like say inside
I
you've
can't
got,
wait to
what was that?
I said I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I'm getting excited too. It's taken a long time, 2 years in the making, but I mean, he's building it all by himself, so it's a pretty big project.
Yeah.
So he still thinks we're going to be in for Christmas. We'll see.
Well, that'd be nice.
He thinks we will, but we'll see. I just want to move into a house that's
Um,
finished. I don't.
TikTok, TikTok.
I know he's spending a lot of time out there right now because it's closed in. The furnace is going to be going in this week, and then they'll put the insulation in and stuff. Like everything will fall into place. But
Uh-huh.
once the heat is in there, he can work any hours he wants. It's
Right.
not like last winter when we were outside freezing to death.
Right, right.
So it's going to make a big difference. We'll see. We'll see what happens
See, speaking of Christmas, this weekend is the Santa Claus parade.
on the
Are you
19th.
excited? Yeah.
I am because we're gonna. Well, I'm excited because we're actually not having an event. We're not DJing, so I can actually be at it this year. It's going to be nice.
Yeah, we're going to be broadcasting live from the Seeker office as we always do. So you can tune in starting at, well, I mean, the parade starts at 5, but it starts at the other end. So it
Mm,
usually takes at least half an hour to 40 minutes to get here. So
yeah,
more than likely around 5:30, you'll start seeing some activity.
yeah, because I know you usually have it going about 5 o'clock, and there's like
Yeah.
nothing, nothing, nothing up
Yeah,
at
it's like
five.
5 o'clock and there's like nothing going on, but
Yeah,
mhm.
you'll have a couple of people walking by or a car, but hey, are we gonna have Christmas music? Didn't you rig it
Um,
one year that it did, or did it not work? I can't remember.
so that's a thing, because of copyrights,
Yeah,
oftentimes they will just shut down
they will.
the music. They don't let it through because
Yeah.
it's copyright. Yeah, it's
This the
copyrighted.
same thing with wedding videos because we do wedding videography. So if somebody chooses songs that are copyrighted, they just like cut right out.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
It's best not to do it. It's just kind of on and off. It would just be
Yeah, I usually
confusing.
like I usually had like I would put my Google Christmas playlist in the background and then it would just, play while you're waiting for
Yeah.
the parade to start.
Yeah.
But then like last year I think I was shut down completely. They just completely turned off my live feed and then previous years they just took it right out of the video. So,
Yeah. So it's not worth it. It's best not to.
nope.
Speaking about, I started putting up my Christmas stuff
Have
yesterday.
you? That doesn't surprise me.
I not much because I'm not going to be putting up too much because last year I put up way too much and then I forgot that I have to take it all down. I had like the 4 Christmas trees in the house, like silly me. I had to just take all that down afterwards, so I'm not doing that again. But speaking of Christmas, we have our Santa draw going on. So
Yes.
basically, you can shop at any one of these stores. There's Harvest, Gordon Jewelers, Bud's Records, Celtic Treasures, Versacore Tech Design, Tickle Your Fancy, Mrs. B, Squire Shop, Fantasy Realm, and Dancing Costumes. And you're going to be given a little ballot that looks like this. And then you're going to take that and you're going to go put the information on the seeker.ca. There's a banner. You click on it, put the information in. And if you don't have a computer, don't worry. There's a phone number you can call and give us the information. Then the draw will be held on December the 19th, and a lucky winner will win $250 cash. And the store that the winner is pulled from will win $250 as well. So it's exciting because I see there's a lot of entries coming in all the time.
Oh yeah, they're just like they're steadily pumping in right now.
Yeah, so that's exciting. That means show us your little ballot box. Do you have it handy? You have it on the counter.
Sure. Hold on. Oy, yeah, 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 yeah.
So anywhere that you see this little guy sitting on a counter, you can fill out a ballot. Well, you will get the information to fill out a ballot. So the more you shop, the more chances you have to win.
That's right.
Yeah, we had to. We kind of changed things up a little bit instead of filling it out at. It worked well this year. We'll keep going with the filling it out yourself. So you're not standing at the counters and clogging doors up. You go home and do it in the comfort of your own home.
Yep.
So
That's good.
that's exciting. That means Christmas is coming.
It
Have you
is.
started
What, do you
Christmas
have big
shopping?
plans for Christmas? Yes, I have.
Well, I
I
don't.
have.
I have. I do mine all the year, all through the year.
Okay.
But
You're cutting out.
do I go to Calgary? I am there.
Yeah, you're cutting out. You're still here, but you're cutting out.
Well, that's not
Okay,
good.
I
It's
think
my
you're good.
internet then. Yeah, it's my plan would be, am I going to Calgary or not? I just don't know yet. I just don't know what to do. Other than that, it's going to be us, just my mom and my sister, my brother-in-law, Sheldon, myself, and the kids. Probably doing a Zoom with my kids in Calgary. We'll see what happens. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I I bought I bought some board games that we can play over the holidays. Mateo's going to be probably coming here around the 7th of December because
Okay.
he's on break, so we'll have a good little chunk of time with him. And so I bought like a whole bunch of fun board games, and that's going to be one of my features in the December issues. So there's going to be 10 fun board games you can play with your family over the holiday season.
And I hope
Um,
Cornwallopoly is one of them because I bought that game.
oh, did you?
Yeah,
I didn't get a copy. Like, I
I
so wanted
I
it, and
did.
I didn't get a copy.
Well, I bought
Lucky
one
you.
for myself, and then when the kids were down, I bought them Christopher one and Katrina one each to take back to Calgary, so then they can
Oh.
go through all the Cornwall streets that they're familiar with. Well, it's like, what do you buy them for their birthdays? So I just sent them back with a Cornwallopoly game each. So
Yeah.
I
No,
thought
that's a
that
good
was
present.
I thought that was pretty
But
appropriate.
we've been playing a lot of chess here
I
lately, and
see.
we've even had a chess tournament. Like the whole family had a chess tournament, and it was a lot of fun. So um I'm actually going to buy this thing. I don't know if you guys know about it. If you've ever played it, I would like to hear from you because I'm really wondering how it works. Let me find it. Hold on.
I used
I
to
wanna
play
show people.
I played chess many moons ago with my grandfather, and I haven't for so many years. I probably wouldn't even know how to move any of the pieces anymore.
Okay, if the darn thing would open, that would help. But okay. Let me see.
Is it one of those chess games on Wii?
On what?
On your Wii, on your virtual headset thing? I'd love to see you do that.
Mm-mm. No. Um, no, come on. Give me the picture. I want to show a picture. Okay, here we go. Let me see a picture here. All right. Let me share my screen so you can see this. It's a four-player chessboard.
Four
Four player.
players? Oh my
Four-player
goodness.
chessboard.
Wow.
It's a four-way chess. Isn't that cool?
It is cool, but it sounds complicating to me.
Well, it's just the same as a two-player chess game. You capture and do the same moves the same way,
Yeah.
but it's got four players and you go clockwise. But it's super cool. Like
Yeah.
I'm buying that.
Well, yeah, that would be good. I'm happy to hear that you guys are doing board games because so many kids are still doing only this. Like it's so nice to
Yeah.
hear.
Well, I kind of integrated like the two together, because
Mhm.
I've gotten some trivia game that you can play live in person, but it
Okay.
also is assisted with you can have it on screen, and so there's
Oh,
like animation and stuff, and you can play remotely with somebody that that's not here.
yeah, yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
We did that, and then there's other games that I've bought, but yeah, no, I think
it's
it's a
time to
bonding
bring it
experience.
is. It's time to bring that stuff back. You know what was kind of neat because I asked my daughter what my grandkids are into, 8 and 10. Like I can't even keep track of all these things that they're into. Really liking chapter books. And I'm like, wow,
Good.
that's good to hear. Like,
Yeah.
they're liking
Yeah.
the chapter books. That's what they want. So that was
That's
really
good.
refreshing. Yeah. So a few things going on before we get to our little feature there. So the Fall Focus Art Show is being set up right now at the Cornwall Square, and I love that show.
Yes.
It's so there's so many different things to look at. So it's starting this Thursday, the 17th of November, and it's on the second floor where the GameStop was. So it's in there. So it's this Thursday to Sunday, and then next Thursday to Sunday. It's only on for 2 weeks, so check it out because there's so much talent. And I know last year they brought in a kids section too, like students, which was very interesting. So I'm sure
Mhm.
they'll have that again this year. So that's going on. And speaking of art, the Klein House Gallery, located at 204 2nd Street, has the Mary Mini collection. So the show started this past Thursday and it's on till December 23rd. And there's over 200 original 12-inch by 12-inch pieces of art that you can go and do some Christmas shopping. So, I mean, art pieces are usually, hundreds and thousands of dollars. So these are 12 by 12, and these are, oh, you put that up there. Yeah, 12 by 12 Christmas shopping pieces.
Great.
I really wanted to go to the opening last Thursday, but of course, we started our show, and the show was on for quite some time. It was a very interesting show. So by the time it was done, I didn't have time to run there, but I'm definitely going to be checking out the gallery. I just love that place.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
such a relaxing atmosphere.
I should go more often. Like it's right
It's
at
across the road from you
I
pretty
know it's
well.
right across the road from me, so I'll
But I
go check it
know
out.
their hours are limited, so I think they're like open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday or something. It's just check it out on their Facebook page. I
Mhm.
forgot to look at that. So we've got that going on. We've got the community action talks we've talked about. We are
That's happening on the 24th.
for housing on the Seeker Facebook page, and we
Mhm.
put it on YouTube. And right now we're working on the December Seeker. It's like we just finish one and we start the next one, just like we used to.
Yep.
It's a whole month thing. So I know you're working on recipes. So you're
Yes.
asking people to send in their favorite recipes, and I'm going to
No,
be.
no, no. I'm asking contributors to
Oh,
send their
okay.
favorite recipes. It's just like, yeah, just contributors. It
Yeah,
was
because it's true. Once you have all those in, you'd need like a 200-page
yeah,
document. Yeah,
yeah.
we
Sadly,
can't do
there's
that.
no room.
And then I'm going to be doing the Christmas greetings with our. So if you have a business and you want to give a Christmas greeting to your clients, now's the time. So I'll
Yes,
be
it
sending
is.
that out.
It's going to print in 10 days, so you better hurry.
I know it's crazy. The time
Mhm.
is just flying by.
I know. Remember, we used to do the seeker every week, and we felt like, oh, it was way too much. Like now, the month feels like a week. Like
I know
the whole year is gone. Like, can you believe it? Like
it has.
2022 is gone. Like, how does that happen?
I know.
It
I know
just
it goes
flies
seems
by.
it does, and it seemed to go fast because we were like booking weddings for 2022, and then the wedding season started, and like we've got one wedding left and some Christmas parties, but it's like we're almost at the end of the year. We're doing
Yeah.
a stag on New Year's Eve, so we'll see how that works. Last time we did that out in Finch, it was freezing rain. It was
Mm,
treacherous driving home. I talk about white knuckles because it's all back streets.
Yeah.
But but that's kind of where I see the year coming to an end, like with the wedding season. Like it's suddenly it starts and it's suddenly done.
Yeah.
Crazy,
Yeah.
crazy times.
I
And
was oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was thinking yesterday, because the Santa parade. I mean, I don't recall any year where it rained or it was blizzardy or like it's always a
A
sometimes
nice.
it's really cold, but it's always like, okay to run the parade. Like I don't recall in 13 years in Cornwall, or no, actually I haven't, more than that. Like I've been in Cornwall for 17 years now almost.
Mhm.
Don't recall the parade being canceled once.
I would love to see a little bit of that white fluffy stuff on the ground for the parade, though. It would make it so much more Christmassy. I find it's early. I find November 19th is too early. I think I would like to see it in December.
Oh, it's too late. You need to kick that's what kicks the shopping
I
season.
suppose. I
They
suppose.
kind of have to do it earlier.
Yeah, I suppose. Because then the big man comes to visit in Cornwall. He has to be
Mhm.
here.
That's how he arrives to Cornwall Square. Like, I
I
mean,
know. I know. Are you going to go sit on his lap this year?
no thanks.
Me neither.
No
I
thanks.
still remember the year we took my
Yeah.
grandkids. Oh my God, the face on Rowan. He just did not want to sit
Oh, you
there.
know
He
what?
was
We should do that.
crying.
We should do that because our sadly our men of action idea of photo voting did not take off at all. We had to nix that idea, and it's too bad because it was right on the cover of the Seeker, which is
I
like
know.
gorgeous. Anyways, so that did not take off, but maybe if we did a if we invite people to
Pictures with Santa.
picture with, yeah, and then people can vote on the pictures with Santa. Maybe we'll do that.
Yeah, we can try that one for sure. Yeah, I still
Maybe
remember
that
that.
would have a bigger participation, and do a little prize attached to it. The winner wins $50. There you go.
Yeah, something like that.
Or a
Yeah.
gift card at Harvest, let's say.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah,
That would be
let's do
nice.
that. All
Yeah,
right.
we'll come up with that. That's gonna what take place till
Well, we'll have to do it like upload
the
maybe
pictures.
from, yeah, we'll see. We'll work out the details amongst us.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Not on the live show.
but anyway, I've got a one of a kind thrift store find. So I know we're starting this new little segment on Mondays. We do a Monday morning taste test.
On the
The
first
second
Monday of the
on
month.
the first Monday of the month. Second Monday, we're going to do one of a kind thrift store find because
And that's going to be with Marlene Lister, who's coming back and is going to be writing it's called Fashionably Marlene now. And she's going to have little tips or little finds that she found at the thrift stores in Cornwall. And it's just a way to try to promote that reuse, what's it
yeah,
called?
re-
Reuse,
recycle,
recycle,
I
reuse. There's another R.
use recycle, restore.
Restore,
I
reuse,
don't know.
restore, recycle. I think
I
that's
don't
what it
know.
is.
I'm coming up
Anyway,
with it. I
so
don't
we're
know.
promoting this environmentally friendly stuff, and so
Yep.
Marlene will be doing a feature
Yeah.
every second Tuesday of the month. But today, my lease is doing it.
My lease is doing it because Marlene will be starting in December. So I found this at the Agape store. You're gonna like it. Wait till you see it.
It's
Oh no,
broken.
no, one of my pieces is missing. Actually, no, it's not. It kind of goes like this. So this is what it is. It's
Oh,
a little sushi plate. There's two of them.
oh,
So I'll tip it. There's two plates, and it's like this. So you got little sushi. This is
oh,
your little dip thing, and his is your little man. So I thought this is so cute. $3 for the set, like each
nice.
set. Like say there's two of them, but this is what they look like. I thought it was so cute. So I had to get that.
That is really cute.
Yeah, it's amazing what you find. I'm trying not to find too much stuff right now because I'm actually got to start downsizing, purging, getting rid of stuff. So I'm trying not to go to those places because there's always something
There's
interesting.
always something you could
Yeah, there's always
use.
something new. But because we're going to a smaller house, I have to
You're
really
gonna need to
watch.
build a shed that's the size of your house to store all your stuff in.
Well, luckily it's got like it's called a crawl space, but it's a 6'4" basement. So Sheldon's going to be building shelving at the ends for storage, but I am really not wanting to fill all that up again because for some
Mm.
reason, every time you move, you purge, and then you move again, and it seems to appear again. I don't know where it comes from. Maybe from my visits to the
To
thrift
the thrift
stores.
stores.
But anyway, like I
Ay,
say, my cute little thrift store find.
that's
I'm sure
nice.
Marlene's going to be coming up with a bunch of interesting things too. She's always got some interesting clothing or shoes.
Yes.
She's
Yes. Oh,
always
yeah. Her shoes are like to die for most of the
yeah.
time.
Well, they're your kind of shoes because they've always
Yeah,
got high heels. You love your heels.
I do. That's awesome.
So
Okay, and then the third week we're going to be doing a Dollarama segment. So name to be determined. I'm not sure if I'm gonna.
you
I
had you
was gonna
had it.
call it. I was gonna call it shit you find at the Dollarama, but I think I'm gonna be changing the name. But anyways, it's just like interesting stuff, like because Dollarama has so many things like
Yeah,
that you wouldn't even think they would have, and but when you start digging in this stuff, there's interesting finds you can find. So we'll start that next week, and then of course on the 4th, it's the boys.
yeah. That's a show that everybody seems to enjoy because they have no idea what's going to come up, what we're going to talk about, what the boys are going to say. Yeah,
Or us.
Stephen Duris and Ivan LaBelle. I'll tell you that I love that show though because it's the show that we seem to laugh through the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
We just laugh through the whole thing. It's so comical, and
Yep,
it
it
just
is.
happens. It's not rehearsed. It just happens. So sometimes things happen that shouldn't happen, but it just happens.
Yep. All right. So there was a few more events. I think I saw this morning there's going to be um a Christmas market at the mall, I believe.
So
Do you
is
know
it the?
anything about that one?
I don't. I know there's one. The three girls are putting one on in December. I'm gonna look into that actually because my mother has been busily doing her gnome stones and sunflower stones and pots and stuff. And there was a show this past weekend at the Long Sioux Community Center. I wanted to go with her, but she's not been feeling 100%. So she kind of didn't want to commit at this point. So I'm
Hmm.
hoping beginning of December, we're going to be able to attend that one. So are you looking up where it is?
I'm trying. I'm not sure if I'm gonna find it.
We still have time to talk
Breakfast.
about that one.
Oh, but there's of course on the day of the parade, let me not forget this one. On the day of the parade there is the breakfast with Santa as
It,
well.
oh, it's happening this
So
year.
well, it's happened every year, dear. It just happened differently, but it
Yeah.
happened every year, even through COVID. So
Where's that
so
taking
yeah,
place?
so that is at let me just I'm pretty sure it's at the Civic Complex, but let me double check. Yes, it's at the Civic Complex, and it's taking place on the 19th, and I'm trying to find the times. 7 a.m. So from 7 a.m. on. So that's that. Then trying to find that We Tree Girl thing.
Yeah, I know it's taking place December 3rd. So now the other thing that my oldest son Christian's friend Paul Belmore is still missing. They haven't found him. I'm really concerned. I mean, he went missing the end of July, but his family's doing a fundraiser to help with the costs, and I mean, hopefully they're going to be able to look into a private detective. I'm hoping they are. So the fundraiser is taking place on Friday, November the 25th at the Agora Center. Mark Vincent, the comedian, is going to be there, and Senorita Sin is singing. I think there's a DJ. I think it's Matt McGrath. We're actually doing the Christmas tree lighting that day in front of the in front of City Hall, so we won't be able
Mm-hmm.
to do that. But I want to pop in and show my support for the family because they're going through hell and back. Like Paul's been missing since the end of July. No
Yeah.
word, can't find him, don't know where he is. I just can't even imagine. You know, your son or brother or just disappears, and
No, that would
you
be
don't know. It's devastating. Like, is he, where is he? And Paul was not the kind of guy to just take off. Definitely wasn't a homebody and a family guy. So that is very, very scary that that kind of thing can happen. And then, of course, the day before that is going to be a rough day for me. It's the 24th. It's Christian's first angelversary. I'm just can't believe that my oldest son has been gone a whole year. I have his picture right here beside me in his favorite place in his garden. Loved his
Mhm.
garden. I'm just, it's awful. You
Yeah,
can't, I just, I keep thinking of all these little things and these happy memories and stuff. And how can he just be gone?
be gone. Yeah.
You know, just like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just hard. And I mean, today, like I say, it's a hard day with Dave Murphy too. He's gone as well.
Yep.
So hopefully the two
Yeah.
will chill together.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
only
it's
way.
not an easy thing, but I mean, losing a child is probably the worst thing that can happen to a
It
person, I'm
seriously
sure.
is.
It's not
I
supposed to happen.
33 years old. Like all I can think of, like he didn't even live half his life. He didn't get to get married, have kids, any of
Yeah.
that stuff that he always wanted. But I keep talking to him, and I'm like, did you find a lady friend yet? Like I'm
Mm,
hoping on the other side he's happy and that he has found somebody because who we don't know what's on the other side, but from what I believe, life just continues.
that's good.
It's the only way I can deal with it. And he's
Yeah,
chilling with
of
my dad,
course.
probably annoying my dad with all the rap music that he's playing, but that's okay. Heavily into rap, my son.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Yeah, but
So, yeah, so we'll be populating the calendar of events and with all the upcoming events. So keep your eyes peeled for those.
but
We'll put them in.
don't just keep your eyes peeled. Send them to us, info at
Yeah.
thesika.ca, or go onto our website, thesika.ca, onto the events calendar and post your event. Anything that goes in by the 22nd will go in December's print issue. So
Yeah.
please
So it's
put in
time if
your
you
events.
yeah if you have a New Year's Eve party, that's the time to put it in.
Yeah, because if we don't know about it, we can't help you advertise it.
That's right. That's right. All right, my Lise, if you don't have anything else, I think we're going to stop it for today. Unless if you have something to say, people, say it now or forever hold your peace.
Because
You
you've been
can
way too
type.
quiet.
You've been very quiet today. I don't know what's going on. The chat is working, so I'm not sure why people are so quiet today. But, anyways,
But we
I
did
guess that's
decide,
it.
but I mean, Monday mornings, a lot of people are at work. We've already established that. There's more
Hmm.
activity Thursday evenings. That's why we're
Oh,
doing the
yeah.
show at 7 o'clock because there's more activity. People are at home. So that's one of the reasons, except you can go and watch our show after. So,
Yeah, exactly. All right, people. So I bid you a very good day.
and have yourself a super duper week. Talk to you
All right.
later.
Bye for now.
Bye.